more heroes. It's hero begin to catch on nobody but yourself. Nothing less to do.
Travis, it's kill or be killed.
Ow!
Today we're going to be discussing just another topic that I think affects a lot of people in the FGC, and that's mainly match anxiety and what it feels like to have match anxiety. Those that don't know, it's that feeling of nervousness you get maybe before a quick match, ranked match, just the knowledge you're going to go fight another person and interact with them, and just all the different things that can happen. Do I know my character's moves? Do I know their character's moves? Do I know this matchup well enough to play through all that, even though I do know what their character can do and some of what my character can do? I think between all the rage quitting, plugging, disconnects, scrub killers, and flowcharts, it could be a little anxiety inducing to hop on online matches in Tekken. It's a lot like public speaking. Like, I'm a lot nervous right now, like extremely. It's one of the scariest things you can do. But I wanted to ask, why is it that we get nervous during online matches? You know, what causes that? Is it an obsession with winning? Possibly a fear of losing? Want to get better? And most people say the easiest way to deal with match anxiety or the feeling of nervousness before you're hopping into matches is to just play more. The pro player Anakin, if you guys don't know, he's gotten to the highest rank with Reina. I think he was the first player, excuse me, in America to do so, but he's also a very accomplished tournament player who used a lot of Jack and a couple other characters as well, but mainly I believe he's known for his Jack. Somebody in his chat asked him the very same thing, like, you know, Anakin, I'm nervous. How do I get over my nerves? I'm just always so scared to play online against other people. And he's just like, just play more. He literally just said, just play more. Like, no one's gonna reach through the screen and jump you for losing. Like, it's not that type of party, you know? And I agree with that to a certain extent, you know? Putting yourself in a situation that makes you nervous consistently can definitely help lessen the feeling of being nervous. And often the case just ends up being that you're not used to playing against other people. And once you get a couple matches under your belt, it gets so much easier. But it's a little different, especially if you're new to the fighting games as a whole, or just Tekken, but how much there is to learn, bloated move lists, different characters, especially if you got people like Victor, Azucena, Dragunov. And I'm saying this as a person who mained Dragunov in Tekken 7 when he had nothing compared to where he is now. I do believe that character needs another nerf. But that's another topic entirely. We're talking about nervousness in matches. And of course, it's a big ask as well. Having the awareness and fundamentals to be able to adjust on the fly it can take hours and hours of practice, which most people just don't have. And I think part of the fear of nervousness, or even the fear of losing, is this imaginary sentiment. At least I personally believe this imaginary sentiment that we're going to do something stupid our opponent is going to judge us for. Like, oh man, the aren't going to like this one, right? Or like things like, oh no, I missed the easy punish, or not being able to break King's Toes, for instance. Things like, what is it? Getting hit by an unblockable even can feel like one of the most demoralizing things in the world to deal with. And it's not the easiest thing by any means, especially as a new player, intermediate player, expert, whatever. Even high-level players still get caught up by this kind of thing, right? And it's like you get hit by unblockable and you think your opponent's just laughing themselves like, oh man, this guy's trash. And not to mention the worst feeling, losing against somebody that you were confident that you should have been beating. But again, that's another discussion entirely. I mainly went over that in my video when I discussed egos and fighting games. By the way, if you haven't seen that, I'll be leaving a link down there somewhere below in this video later, or I'll put it on screen somewhere around here. But I wanted to say as well, feeling a little nervous during, before matches, all that stuff is normal. I don't want anybody feeling bad about that or self-conscious about it. It's very, very common, more common than you would think. Most people who think their opponents on the other side is calm and composed is like, I have no idea what the I'm doing. Like, they're just as nervous as you are. They're trying to figure things out. They're trying to make sure they can hit their punishes. They're trying to make sure they can do their launchers and their buttons. And sometimes you can get so nervous and in your own head that you don't even realize all the mistakes and errors your opponent is making, which can make you feel even more nervous, right? But I wanted to say, just because you're feeling nervous doesn't mean something is wrong. That's why I say all that to say that. Just because you're nervous doesn't mean something is wrong. Try not to put too much pressure on yourself to win or do great things or do super cool combos you see online all over Twitter or on YouTube, or you might see these big streamers who've been playing the game for years do. Instead, give yourself small goals to follow, something more realistic, something much more attainable, which will then turn into those cool combos and really sick stuff you see people doing online. That is, you got to give yourself building blocks to get to that point, if you want to get to that point anyway. If you're just someone who just wants to come in, mash buttons and have fun, this mainly isn't a conversation for you, because I think regardless of how it turns out, you're finding your fun. You're not gonna feel nervous. You're not gonna feel bad about losing if you're just going out mashing buttons and just trying to see your character do cool stuff over the screen. And that's perfectly fine. I don't want anyone to feel bad for doing that either. That's a very big important part of fighting games. That's the casual side that we need more of. But when I say give yourself small goals, it could be things like learning to block a move that you struggle against. Could be King's alley kicks. Could be learning not to press after electrics. Could be learning different stuff like how to duck Victor's gun when he's doing the 2-2 string everybody's struggling with. Yeah, duck the gun. Don't just sit there and let him get away with that. Things like breaking a throw. If you're struggling against King players, learn a throw break. Learn how to not get rolling death cradled, or even learning a matchup better. You might have a specific character that when they get on the screen, that's the anxiety right there, because you know you don't know the matchup. You know you don't know how to deal with the character. You know you're going to struggle in this matchup, and you're like, man, I really hate feeling this way. It's time to do something about it. But mainly the point is just to have fun. The point is to actually enjoy the game that you spent money on. And in this day and age, in this economy, games are only getting more and more expensive. So if you're dropping $70 to $190 on the Ultimate Edition, Deluxe Editions of a game, and you're not having fun, there's a problem there. You're gonna want to get your money's worth. You're gonna want to enjoy the thing that you spent money on. Don't get in the trap of being overly competitive and being in a lab for 300 hours just to go out there and get bodied by somebody who's spamming throws because you don't know the matchup or how to deal with throws. Just have fun, just play, and understand that even if you're aware of the problem, it still will take a few tries and some time to fix. I'm not saying that anything I listed in the video beforehand is just automatically gonna work first try, first attempt. Like, that's just typically just not how it works. If that was the case, no one would really complain about their problems. But at the very least, I do think they would help alleviate some of the issue, or identify what the issue truly is. If it's in the game, if it's something external, if it's something internal. Most of the time, it could be a blend of things that are in the game and how we view ourselves. And sometimes I had that problem as well, where sometimes I think the way I play a character, the way a person is playing a character, I get all philosophical with it. I think it's a lot deeper than what it really is. Like, oh man, this person knows I can't block that. He must think I'm trash. Or this person may not think very highly of me, or I may not think very highly of myself if I'm not punishing moves correctly, or if I let someone get one over on me because I didn't know how to stop a certain move and I got knowledge checked to death. And that's just not the case. Mistakes happen. Be kind to yourself. And understand that even if you are very good at the game, someone who has 200 hours less than you can still beat you due to just how the nature of the game works. You're not gonna know everything, and even if you do, sometimes we forget, sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we have a day where it feels like we can't be beaten, but we go on 30 win streaks, 10 win streaks, or we just have some really good matches, and the next day we get steamrolled by everyone. Go at your own pace, do your best, you got this. But if this helped you guys out at all, let a brother know in the comments down below. Leave a like so this message can reach more people, and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 600 subscribers, and trying my best to really just be more of a positive space in the FGC, either for mental health purposes or discussions, where I think the community aspect online is missing. Because if you go to offline events, it's really dope. It's really great. Highly recommend supporting your locals and going out to tournaments if you can, if you have the ability to do so. It's a different experience and it might change your life. But that all being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day and or night. You're all wonderful people.